Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear, highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better, Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device, and the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Well, what's good, Fanshees? What is up? Welcome to the show. It is your one-stop shop for all your latest in entertainment news. This is Am I on the Air? You know what it is. I'm your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show once again, your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest in entertainment news. This is where you come and you listen to me talk about movies and television and anything else kind of related in pop culture that's worth talking about. Tonight, it's season 13, episode 10, and our show title is Blair Snore. So we're going to talk about, of course, our movie review of the week, which is The Blair Witch. And then on top of that, everything else that's been going on in the last week or so of entertainment news. It is Sunday, September the 18th. Once again, broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons Radio Studios in Tucson, Arizona. And, before I get going, I just want to shout out that I promised you in the last episode we were going to get that new Red Dragons Assemble up, and by gone it, we did. Yes, there is finally the new Red Dragons Assemble episode. It is up. That, of course, if you have not heard, which you should if you've been listening to this show anytime in the last year, I have another show with a couple buddies of mine, Peeps and Geeky Pat. We do a show once a month together called Red Dragons Assemble, where we basically just kind of shoot the shit for an hour and a half or so, and that new episode is up. The episode title is Magnificent Memories, and you gotta listen to the show to know what we're talking about there. And but the episode is up right now, and thank you for everybody that's already listened to it. And if you haven't, head on over to reddragonsradio.com and check out the latest episode of Red Dragons Assemble. And on top of that, I shouted this out on last week's show too, but if you haven't listened to it yet, I was a guest on the Way Off Topic podcast last weekend as well. Did the show with my boy Lynx, who I did the Welcome to Banshee podcast with. And so we were able to do a little special podcast last weekend over there on Way Off Topic, which is also available on reddragonsradio.com. So, I tell you guys all the time, go to reddragonsradio.com, bookmark it. That should be your hub. That's your one-stop shop there for really great podcasts all over the interwebs. While you're there, you can listen to this show here, Am I on the Air? You can listen to any of the Am I Still on the Airs that we do, Red Dragons Assemble, listen to Way Off Topic, and of course all the other great programming that's available there on reddragonsradio.com. And I suggest you follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio so you always know what's in the good word of podcast. So with that being said and that out of the way, let's get into our movie review of the week, and this is Blair Witch. This is the sequel to the Blair Witch Project that kind of just came out of nowhere. No one knew they were making another Blair Witch Project movie. There was a little horror movie coming out this month called The Woods. Okay? No shocker there. How many horror movies have we seen called The Woods? Or that take place in the woods, so to speak. But back at Comic-Con, they did a big reveal to everybody there at Comic-Con that went to go to go see the panel and watch this movie called The Woods. they revealed to the whole audience and to the world that the movie was actually not called The Woods and that it was called The Blair Witch, and that this was going to be a direct follow-up to the Blair Witch Project from 1999. Now, there was a direct sequel that came out a couple years after the original Blair Witch Project, which was called The Blair Witch Project 2, Book of Shadows, and which was a little bit different. It kind of played off the folklore of the Blair Witch, but it had its own kind of story going with it. It was more of a direct movie. It wasn't a found footage thing like the original film was. So this here, Blair Witch, is going back to basics. It's going back to the found footage style. It's using handheld cameras and Bluetooth cameras and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm just going to be honest here. You know, back in 1999 when the Blair Witch Project came out, I was very anxious to see it. I heard a lot of people saying how scary it was and just you had to see this scary movie, The Blair Witch Project. And I went, and I really didn't like it. I did not care for The Blair Witch Project at all, to be honest. It was way too shaky and nothing really happened. It was just a lot of just jump scares and a lot of screaming and a lot of running, right? When Blair Witch 2 came out, Book of Shadows, now a lot of people hate Book of Shadows. They talk a lot of shit about this movie. But for me, I dug it as a little horror film. Like, it gave me what I wanted in the first movie, which was just a straightforward horror film. So I appreciated Book of Shadows for what it was. I never thought we were going to get another film. So the reveal is made that this movie, The Woods, is now Blair Witch 3, so to speak. I wait to see a trailer. I see the trailer and I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued. The guy that made it made the movie You're Next, which I really, really liked. He also did a little movie called The Guest, which is on Netflix right now. I have not seen The Guest yet, but I've heard nothing but great things about that movie too. So this director is very highly regarded. So I said, all right, maybe he did something really cool with this franchise. And went opening night, and I fucking hated this movie. I'm sorry. I just did. And it, you know, and I wish I would have read a little bit more of the reviews beforehand, because the reviews that are positive in this movie say, if you like the original film, you're going to like this one. And I don't know if that 100% is true, but it makes sense to me because I did not like the original one, and I sure as hell didn't like this one either. This movie basically does the exact same things of why I didn't like the first movie. It's just a lot of jump scares. It's a lot of running around in the woods in the dark. You can't see what the hell's going on. It's a lot of screaming. It's a lot of yelling, and there's really no payoff. It's just, oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm running in the woods. Oh my God, a tree fell. Oh my God. Like, it's like, come on. Nothing even happens in this movie for like the first hour of it. You're just like, okay, let's go. They finally get in the woods, and it's just a lot more nonsense. The only positive thing I'll say here is like the last 10 minutes of the movie were pretty good. But even then, it still wasn't the payoff that I wanted. It was just kind of there. So, I'm sorry. To me, this is another bomb. This is another fail in the attempt to bring back, I guess, the Blair Witch Project. It did not make as much money as they hoped it would over the box office this weekend. It's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. It's rotten from a critic standpoint. It's rotten to a fan standpoint. It also got like a D Cinemark score, which it's very rare that a movie gets that low of a score on the cinema meter. But it did, and it's not doing hot. So, you know, it's funny because, I mean, I know there is a couple reviewers I read that just absolutely loved it, and I guess, you know, if you just have that love for the original film, you'll probably end up liking this, but I was bored off my ass, and this might be one of the worst movies I've seen all year, so I have to go back and look at my year in review, but for me, right now, this is probably the worst movie I've seen all year. I give The Blair Witch 1 out of 5 stars. 1 out of 5. Wow, wow, wow. So there you go. I should have known better. So there you go. That's our review of the week for the Blair Witch. Let's turn it on over and get ready to dive in to the entertainment news of the week. And we're going to start things right off with a Rock Rolls. So, Rock Rolls is a little segment that we like to do every week. Because it has to be every week, because there's always something we're talking about with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And the big news we have going on this week is actually something that I never thought we'd see. We all know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the hardest working man in show business. This guy has projects lined up all the way to 2020. I mean, he's just a nonstop dude. He finishes filming a movie on a Saturday. He starts filming a new movie on Sunday. He does not stop. Well, there's one movie that's being delayed because, you know what? He's run out of time and he just can't figure it out schedule-wise. So, we're talking about G.I. Joe 3 here. G.I. Joe 3 was originally supposed to come out in 2015. And then they moved it to 2016. And then they said 2017. But they're having trouble even filming this thing. Because first of all, they had to lock down a new director. Because John M. Chu, who did the second film, G.I. Joe Retaliation, decided not to come back. And at the time, it was funny because he actually left making G.I. Joe 3 to go make Gem and the Holograms. Well, Gem and the Holograms has already come and gone, and they still haven't made G.I. Joe 3, so maybe John Chu can come back at this point. But basically, they're saying that the holdup for making G.I. Joe 3 is The Rock's schedule. That his schedule is so packed over the next several years that they can't find the time to film this damn movie. And this really bums me out because I like the G.I. Joe movies. I like the first one, and I like the second one even better when The Rock came in and he kind of took over as Roadblock. The second one was very, just a really good action film, and I want to see more Joe. And I know that, The Rock has signed to come back. Pretty much everybody was coming back, and they even talked about possibly bringing back people from the first film. This was supposed to be a really good thing, and then it's not, who knows when it's going to happen now. But they got to wait for a hole in The Rock's schedule. He's trying to see if there's something they can work out, but they have not figured it out yet. So, unfortunately, G.I. Joe 3 has been delayed indefinitely due to The Rock's schedule. Alright, let's keep it moving on here. We have the new Honest trailer, this time for Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War is now available on Blu-ray, DVD, on-demand, digital on-demand, all over the place. And I got it on Blu-ray. It's awesome, man. This movie is so good. I mean, obviously we saw it in the theater, 5 out of 5 stars here. It's so good. But man, I've been watching bits and pieces of this almost every night this week because my daughter, who's 2, she loves her superheroes. And if you've seen Civil War, you know there's an awesome fight at the airport that goes on for about 18 minutes. And it's got everybody in it fighting. And all I got to do, she asked me almost every night this week to put that scene on. I want to see Captain and Iron Man fight. So we put on the movie, watch the fight scene. She gets to see Spider-Man. Spider-Man's one of her favorites. So to see Iron Man and Captain and all them, and then see Spider-Man swing in, she just geeks out, and it's the cutest thing ever to see my little 2-year-old just freak out over Captain America Civil War. So she loves this movie. I love this movie, and it's available now, so go out and peep it. We have some first look photos at the upcoming second season of Supergirl. You can actually see Tyler Hoechlin as Clark Kent in these pictures, which is kind of cool. Astronaut Scott Kelly's memoir is being developed as a movie for Sony Pictures. So that's pretty cool there. He's got a lot of stories to tell. Kirstie Alley has joined the cast of Scream Queens over on Fox. Scream Queen Season 2 actually premieres this week. I'm going to try to give it a whirl. I actually still never even finished the first season. I think I only got halfway through the first season. Not that I didn't like it, it's just there was always something else that was more important to me. But the second season looks pretty good, and they got John Stamos on there now, and I don't know, it takes place in a hospital. It looks pretty decent, so I'll probably check it out. It comes out this week. You can check out the first full official trailer for 50 Shades Darker. 50 Shades Darker, the first trailer has arrived. The new movie comes out on Valentine's Day weekend in 2017. Assassin's Creed, the EZO collection, is coming to the PlayStation and Xbox One. Jason Clarke has joined a new supernatural thriller called Winchester. Adam Driver compares Star Wars Episode 8 to The Empire Strikes Back. Man, they love making those comparisons to Empire Strikes Back. So hopefully Mr. Kylo Ren over here is right. John Krasinski has joined Catherine Bigelow's Detroit Riots drama. That's cool. I mean, this thing's shaping up to be something pretty damn cool, so I like that. This is really funny and interesting news. 20th Century Fox has acquired the rights to Stan Lee's life rights, and they're going to turn it into an action-adventure movie. I'm not lying here. They're going to make a Stan Lee biopic film, but basically turn it into this action-adventure movie, which makes so much sense being that Stan Lee, who's created all of our great superhero characters. This movie, they're saying, will probably be like a little bit of James Bond with a little bit of Kingsman, and that, you know, and by day, he's Stan Lee, comic book creator, you know, doing his thing, and at night, he's out there whooping ass as a secret spy. So, pretty hilarious, man. So, I can't wait to see what ends up developing on that one. Dave Bautista and Pierce Brosnan are teaming up for a new action thriller called Final Score. So that's pretty cool. I'm always glad to see my boy Bautista get some extra work there. We have the brand new trailer for Westworld over on HBO. We have the new trailer for Miss Sloane, a new political thriller movie starring Jessica Chastain. We have the first look at Ghost Rider in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It looks really, really cool, man. They're being very, very faithful to the new comic book version of Ghost Rider. And this is awesome. Really, really cool. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. premieres this week. I'm very, very excited over on ABC. I love S.H.I.E.L.D., so I can't wait to see this first season. I think they're going to jump right in with the Ghost Rider stuff, so let's do it. Benicio Del Toro is in talks for the Predator movie, so that's pretty cool. He could lead the new Predator movie that Shane Black is doing. Conrad Vernon is set to remake The Toxic Avenger. Alrighty. Why not, right? I'm down to see a new Toxic Avenger. Netflix's Punisher show has just added Ben Barnes as a series regular. 12 Years a Slave actress Storm Reed is set to take the lead role in Ava DuVernay's A Wrinkle in Time. We have the new second trailer for Trolls that you can check out now. ABC orders a magic drama called Deception that's from the producers of Blind Spot and Chuck. Hey, you know, this sounds like a good creative team. I love Blind Spot, which, by the way, second season premiere was last week. Really good season premiere kickoff for Blind Spot. And Chuck, it was an awesome show. I love Chuck. So, hey, if that team's coming together to do a new magic drama called Deception, let's do it. TNT and TBS have both nabbed the rights to all the Star Wars movies, and I think they're going to start playing up here in the next couple of weeks. They're going to do the original. They're going to do the original 6 films on television here in the next week or two. So that's pretty cool. Vikings season 4 is set to return on November 30th. So there you go for all you people waiting for Vikings to come back. Bloodline has been canceled and will end after season 3 over on Netflix, so no more Bloodline there. Zack Snyder reveals the tactical batsuit from Justice League. This is pretty cool. I love when Zack Snyder just starts leaking kind of little bonus stuff from Justice League for us. This tactical batsuit looks awesome. It looks a lot like Christian Bale's from the Dark Knight trilogy. It's very like armor laced. And it also, like Geeky Pat pointed this out, I never would have made the connection, but he sent me a picture of Night Owl from the Watchmen movie, and it looks a lot like that suit too. But, you know, they say Night Owl in the comic book was drafted after Batman, so that makes a lot of sense to have that comparison. But pretty cool to see the new tactical bat suit from Justice League. Jackie Earle Hale has joined the cast of Alita Battle Angel, so that cast is starting to shape up here. Helen Mirren and Jason Clarke are set to co-star in a new horror thriller called Winchester. CBS, their new Star Trek TV series, Star Trek Discovery, The premiere has been pushed back 4 months. It was originally supposed to come out in January of 2017, and they decided to shift it back until May of 2017. They said they really want to get this right. They want to do Star Trek proud, and they need some more time. They don't want to rush it, so they're going to do May 2017. So, you know what? I'm a little sad. I was looking forward to this new Star Trek. I know Geeky Pat was too. But you know, hey, if they want a couple more months to get it right, then let's do it right. Mad Max, they have just announced the High Octane collection, along with Mad Max Fury Road, the Black and Chrome edition. So let me break this down for you. You got a lot of Mad Max going on here. The High Octane collection is actually going to include every Mad Max movie ever. And then now they're coming out with the Mad Max Fury Road Black and Chrome edition. The Black and Chrome edition is a black and white version of Fury Road. I guess they screened this in some theaters after the movie was released last year, and people loved it in this black and white version and just kind of demanded on the studio, like, we would love to have that version to own. So they decided to put out this Black and Chrome edition. So if you get the High Octane collection, the Black and Chrome edition is included in it as well. So you actually get, like I said, all the Mad Max movies, including this new Black and Chrome edition. So pretty cool there. Rob Lowe has joined the cast of the indie cop sequel Super Troopers 2. So love Rob Lowe. So that's a pretty cool addition there. Faux show. South Park came back this past week, so just a heads up there. If you didn't see the season premiere episode, go back and check it out and get ready for more South Park. We have the brand new trailer for Moana, the new Disney movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which looks really, really cute. We have the new trailer for Nocturnal Animals, starring Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal. We have the new official teaser trailer for Annabelle 2. Annabelle 2 doesn't even come out till May, but they put this little teaser trailer out, and it's pretty good. It's only a minute long, but they get the point across. Harley Quinn spin-off movie is set to be co-produced by Margot Robbie herself. She signed a new deal with Warner Brothers Pictures that allows her to have a little bit more input as a producer and a creator, and they are moving forward with this Harley Quinn movie, which they said is not going to be a Harley Quinn movie. It's going to be, kind of centric around her character, but it's going to feature a lot of different DC characters in it, especially from the female side. They're still talking about Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, stuff like that we'll probably see in the film. Gotta have Joker though, right? We gotta have Joker on this, but we'll see. HBO and Cinemax are coming to the PlayStation Vue, and HBO Now is coming to PS4 and PS3. Fear the Walking Dead actor Cliff Curtis has just joined WB's Killer Shark movie Meg, so that's a pretty cool addition there, really shaping that one up. Kaylee Spaney has been cast as the female lead in Pacific Rim 2. Not too familiar with her work. She's pretty cute though, so hey, let's do it. American Horror Story Season 6 has officially premiered. It came out last week, and the theme has finally been revealed. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the episode yet. I think it's called like My Roanoke Nightmare. It's a very interesting kickoff to the show. I just watched it last night. It has basically... It's being filmed in a documentary style where they're talking to the camera and they're saying, we want to tell you the story about what happened to us. And then it says that, and then like when you're watching the actual events unfold, it's like the reenactment that they're doing for the show, but the reenactment is being done by like all the people that you're familiar with from American Horror Story from all the other seasons. It's very unique. I don't know why they're choosing to go this like fake documentary route, because it kind of takes away from the scares a little bit. But I like where it's kind of going. It's just about this couple. They move into like the middle of the woods. They find this beautiful house out there. They buy it for like $40,000 because no one wants it. And then of course, like people are breaking in the house and they're messing with them. The wife almost gets drowned in the hot tub one night. Lots of stuff going on trying to get them to leave. They don't dive too much into what the rest of the season's going to be, but from what I'm hearing, this is going to be a crazy season 6. So I'm down. American Horror Story, I love season 1. Season 2 was okay. Season 3 was, kind of went down each season for me after season 1. And this one definitely has my attention out the gate, so I'm looking forward to continuing that. We have the brand new trailer for Guardians. This is the Russian superhero movie. Don't get mistaken, I'm not saying Guardians of the Galaxy, but Russia is putting out this superhero movie called Guardians. And if you haven't seen this trailer, the first trailer blew me away. I'm like, man, I've never wanted to see an international film so bad before, and now this is the new trailer for it. So, pretty damn cool stuff, man. Check it out. Let's see here. We have the trailer for the show Easy, which is a new Netflix anthology series that's coming out. You can check out that trailer there. We do have the full American Horror Story Season 6 trailer posted on our Twitter page as well. I haven't watched it yet because I didn't know if I wanted to spoil myself, but it is available if you want to check that out. Speaking of American Horror Story, Lady Gaga is supposed to be returning here in Season 6, and she's announced that her new album, Joanne, will be out on October 21st. We have also the new trailer for The Bye Bye Man, which is another new horror movie coming out. I think it looks pretty damn good, by the way. Shark Tank and Dr. Ken are doing a crossover episode. I love Shark Tank. Shark Tank's one of my favorite shows on television, so this makes me happy. Dr. Ken is an okay show. We do watch it. My stepdaughter likes it a lot, so we usually DVR it and watch it, and it's a lot easier to digest these little half-hour comedy kind of shows, because after commercials are like 20 minutes, so I'd be curious to see what they end up doing with this Shark Tank crossover. You can also check out the story trailer for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. We got that posted up there for you. The 50 Shades Darker trailer has beat the Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer for most views in 24 hours. Can you believe it? I didn't think anything would beat Star Wars The Force Awakens for the most views on a movie trailer, and 50 Shades Darker beat it. That is crazy to me. So congratulations, I guess, are in order for everybody talking shit. Everybody wanted to see what this trailer was going to be, and sure enough, they all came out to check it out. Smallville, the Blair Witch Project, and a whole bunch more are coming to Hulu in October. So if you're a Hulu subscriber, check that out. And once again, I'm a Hulu subscriber. I can get you a couple weeks for free if you're interested in trying it out. Hit me up. I will send you a link personally to get you a couple weeks for free. We have the new trailer for Bastards, which is a new comedy movie starring Owen Wilson and J.K. Simmons and Ed Helms, which looks pretty funny. Let's see here. South Park's new video game, The Fractured But Whole, has been delayed until 2017. It was supposed to come out, I think, in November, December, but now it's been pushed back so they could finish up working on it. So, hey, if it makes a better game, right? We have the new trailer for Urge, starring Pierce Brosnan. Evangeline Lilly and Adam Scott are set to star in a new Netflix horror comedy called Little Evil. So they're cool. We have the trailer for the Batman Telltale series episode 2. That's available to check out. Plus the trailer for Gotham season 3, which starts tomorrow over on Fox. We also have the trailer for Christine, starring Rebecca Hall, and the trailer for Ordinary World, starring Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day, nonetheless. We have the trailer for for the next Star Wars Battlefront DLC. So if you want to see what's going on there, check that out. Tom Cruise has finally accepted his next mission for Mission Impossible 6, now set for a spring 2017 start date. They were going to get ready to start doing this thing about a month ago, and then there was a big financial issue with Tom Cruise, and they weren't going to pay him the money he deserved, and he was going to leave and not do the project, but they worked it all out. Mission Impossible 6 is moving forward, so good news there. Showtime has canceled the show Roadies. So unfortunate here. I thought this show looked like it would be pretty good. I DVR'd it, and never watched a single episode. I don't know why. I don't know why I hesitated on it, but I'm glad I did, because now it's canceled and I don't need to waste my time to watch 10 episodes or whatever. So a friend of mine did watch it and he said it really wasn't that good, and that I understand why it was canceled. So as of this morning, I deleted Roadies off my queue, and we're gonna move on. So Roadies has been canceled over on Showtime. I do have an article up about how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to cross over with Doctor Strange. I won't read it to you in case you don't want to be spoiled, but that is available to check out. Mary Elizabeth Winstead has joined the Season 3 cast of Fargo. This is great casting. I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Super, super hot. Great actress. She's awesome in everything she does. So I'm glad to see her join Fargo Season 3. Even though I don't watch Fargo, this show gets rave reviews, especially for its actors, so she's a great addition there. Could we see Paul Walker's Brian O'Connor again in the future of the Fast and Furious movies? This is a question that's kind of lingering out. Supposedly, now take this all for rumors as it is, but supposedly Paul Walker's brothers were contacted by Vin Diesel, and Vin Diesel asked them, do you think it would be okay if we did something to kind of bring the character back into the movie? Now, my understanding is not that they want to bring on a new actor and say, this is Brian, and just have us believe it. They don't want to recast it. But what they want to do is they want to show that he's still out there in the universe. So maybe like a phone call, right? You have Vin Diesel call the house and talk to Brian for a minute, and they can do motion capture or something with the brothers, like how they did in Fast and Furious 7. So that's kind of what the thing is they want to be respectful to Paul, but they want to kind of show the audience like, hey, Brian's still out there in the universe. You know what I mean? So I like it, and I think the brothers would be really cool about it too. So we'll see. I don't think anything's going to be in Fast and Furious 8, but I can see them doing something in 9, or especially 10 if they do end up, going forward saying that is the last one. So we'll see. So, we might not have seen the last of Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious movies. Taylor Russell has joined Netflix's Lost in Space show that they're going to be doing. She's going to play Judy Robinson. We have our first look at J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon in the Justice League movie. I got real excited when I saw this article, and then I saw the picture, and it's really hard to see. It's a black and white photo of the bat symbol shining up in the sky, and he's standing next to it as Commissioner Gordon. But like I said, it's a black and white photo. He's wearing a suit with a hat on, and it's kind of in a distance. So it's not a very good first look, but that's something that Zack Snyder put out for us, because yesterday was Batman Day, and he wanted to release that for Batman Day. So he should have waited and held on to the tactical suit announcement for yesterday and did JK, a couple days ago, but I don't make those decisions. I'm just saying. We posted a promo and a featurette for Westworld over on HBO. Suicide Squad has just crossed 400 million internationally, and The Secret Life of Pets has just passed $800 million internationally. So congratulations to them. And I think that is it. That's our news of the week. We've caught up already. Let's head on over to our box office and our release dates and wrap this baby up for this Sunday afternoon. So on DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday, it's Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and Free State of Jones. So that all hits Blu-ray on Tuesday. I have Neighbors 2 on pre-order. Love that movie, so can't wait to get that one back in. In theaters on Friday is going to be The Magnificent Seven and Storks. And here's your box office top 10. Coming in number 10 is Pete's Dragon with $2 million. Number 9 is Kubo and the Two Strings with $2.5 million. Number 8 is The Wildlife with $2.7 million. Number 7, Suicide Squad with $4.7 million. Number 6 is When the Bow Breaks with $5.5 million. Number 5 is Don't Breathe with $5.6 million. Number 4 is a debut. It's Snowden with $8 million. Number 3 is another debut. It's Bridget Jones's Baby with $8.2 million. Number 2 is another debut. We had 3 debuts this weekend. They were all number 2, 3, and 4. So number 2 is Blair Witch. 9.7 for number 2 spot. Not a very big debut, like I said. I mean, they were expecting a like $20 to $30 million for Blair Witch. It only made 9.7. The good thing is here is they made the movie for $5 million. So I think they're going to be all right financially, but I don't know if it's something that's going to say to them, like, let's continue this franchise. So we'll see. Blair Witch, number 2, 9.7 million. And number 1 for the second week in a row, it's Sully with $22 million. I mean, another great showing. I think it only made like 33 million last weekend, and it made 22 this weekend. So a very small drop for Sully, but it's still keeping it going very, very well there. So that's awesome. And so that'll do it. Next weekend, I'm sure we'll have a review of The Magnificent Seven. I'm looking forward to checking out that one. So keep your eyes peeled for that review next weekend. And that'll do it for us here on this Sunday, September the 18th, as we wrap up the latest edition of Am I on the Air? We had, I think, 1 day less of news because I recorded last week's show a day late because I was going out of town for work, and I recorded the show from the hotel. So if you haven't listened to last week's show yet, definitely go check that one out. I'd appreciate it. You might have missed the fact that we had an episode out last week. If you didn't see it on Sunday, that show was called Do the Sinister, so check out that episode if you haven't seen it yet. Of course, once again, go check out the new episode of Red Dragons Assemble, starring me, Geeky Pet, and Peeps, and check out that new episode, Magnificent Memories. And like us on Facebook at facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Follow us on Twitter at AmIOnTheAir. Follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Of course, our official webpage is AmIOnTheAir.com, and that's really your one-stop shop. That's all you need. Watch movie trailers, listen to the shows, look at the box office and releases, movie reviews. It's all right there on AmIOnTheAir.com. If you're on Apple, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. Just search Am I on the Air, and you'll find us on there over on iTunes. Download, rate, and subscribe. We have a link for our iTunes page right there on AmIOnTheAir.com as well. If you're not on iTunes and you would like another way to get us on the go, I recommend Stitcher. STITCHER, Stitcher Radio. You can listen to us on Google Play Music. We're available on there as well as Spreaker and TuneIn, and even on YouTube, youtube.com/AmIOnTheAir. Also follow us on Instagram. We'd really appreciate the follow there. And, of course, our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio. So there's all our shout outs for the night. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making Am I on the Air the great show that it is, with all your love and support. And have a great week. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, Daddy. Red Dragons! Red Dragons!